this is probably for both of you. If neutron demand doesn't worry you guys, what does keep you up at night? Safety, constellations, or do you guys both sleep pretty good?
Oh, have you seen the look of me sometimes? I don't sleep well at all. No,
I
I
know. Well,
think,
we were talking about that before you got on, about
oh
all the
my God,
flights you're
no.
taking, and
No, look, I think to be successful in this business, you need a high degree of paranoia about everything. I think if you go to bed and just sleep soundly every night, then you don't understand what's going on. So you know, yes, I wish. I mean, that it just sounds like an absolute dream to be able to go home, turn off, and just put everything behind you. That sounds like something to really strive for. But no, I think for me personally, a high degree of paranoia about everything. I'm tossing and turning all night, every night, and I think that's just what it takes to be successful in this industry.
Yeah, I agree with Pete. I think what keeps me up at night, Pete's got a lot more technical things to keep him up at night. For me, I yeah, I think there's a great importance on making sure that we maintain our culture as we grow. So when I joined the company, I think I was employee number 100. We now have over 2,100 employees, scattered across 5 U.S. states, 3 countries. The first question coming in was talking about headcount. Clearly, that headcount will continue to grow. And one of the things that attracted me to make the switch to come to Rocket Lab and join entirely new a startup, an entirely new risky industry, was the fact that when I made my first trip over to New Zealand and Pete walked me around the factory and then we went out to Mahia to see the launch pad, I was like, I couldn't believe the capital efficiency. I could not. It was staggering to see how much had been done for such a small amount of money compared to what it usually takes in this industry. And we have to continue to be able to do that. And in order to do that, it's all about the people, right? And I think we've been super fortunate that we've got an incredibly talented, large-scale team now. But as that team continues to, needs to continue to grow, how do we make sure that we keep that kind of sieve, or how we kind of sort through all the people to make sure we're continuing to keep that type of culture. And because what we're trying to do here is so incredibly difficult, and and it doesn't take much to infect a culture. And so I know that Pete and I, and particularly Pete, spends a tremendous amount of time inserting ourselves in various parts of the business to make sure that culture is still well intact. And I think part of it is you create that you create a certain amount of paranoia, not just at our level, but at every level, right? And so we had an all hands meeting last week where I reiterated the fact that, look, I want, the last dollar, that we raised was hopefully in the last round, right? I never want to raise more money. Now, we might do it for very good reasons, right? To accelerate growth and do all kinds of stuff, but we have to treat every dollar that we have like it's the last. And I think that's been the way Pete kind of started the company. It's still very much the ethos, but we can never lose that. And we just got to keep people realizing that this is not a 9 to 5 place. This is a place where people come to do amazingly difficult things, and you sleep well at night when you're comfortable. You've accomplished great things. I think that's probably the thing that makes me, kind of gives me the most pause, because it's just so hard to make sure you keep that kind of in focus.
I agree with Adam, and even today, every employee that comes through this place, I induct and spend an hour with in a big group, of course, but spend an hour with every new employee that comes within this company, and and it's just super clear expectations laid down from day one about what it means to work here and what it means for us to be successful. So there's no fuzz on expectations. And I think that's what it takes, is just it's spending time with every person, and also making sure all the managers are clear on the vision, and make sure that they are the proliferators of the Rocket Lab magic.